Weather's nice at the minute, isn't it? Oh.
Dreams.
On toast. Welcome back to another episode of
Dreams on Toast.
Woohoo! Episode number 7.
Is it?
Episode number 7, my dude.
Wow. I've never stuck at something for this long before.
You haven't?
No.
Me neither. Not apart from my current relationship, but previous to that, no.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good, really.
Yeah.
And
Amazing.
sobriety.
Oh, yeah. It's a very special day for you, isn't it, Seth?
See how I slipped that in?
Yeah. So glad you reminded me because I instantly forgot.
Of course you did.
Oh, I was going to get you a cake or something as well. I'm
yeah.
terrible. I'm sorry. I will get one.
Everyone else
tomorrow.
gets it. I'm 1 year clean today, ladies and gentlemen. 1 year
Yes.
clean and sober. Away from drugs and alcohol. I would have been longer, but I went for an operation. I'll
Yes.
tell the story, should I?
Yeah.
So I went for a procedure, and afterwards I was in so much pain. And I said to the surgeon, I said, "Oh, am I allowed to take some paracetamol?" And he said, No, I'll give you a prescription for codeine. And I was like, okay. Are you sure?
If I must.
Oh, so I'm allowed to take this, am I? And then that was it. Well, it wasn't that. That was just a weekend of me taking those. I had a month's supply and I did them in a weekend. Yeah, I know. So
Just
I
not
ended up.
quite in the way that they were prescribed for use.
No. And I just went off the rails. I was hiding them from Linda. I was eating them in the bathroom. I was doing.
Yeah.
So if you're in recovery, you really got to be careful with the old the prescription stuff because
It's so
it
hard.
can catch you out. But luckily, I was really lucky. I only went out again for 2 days, and when that ran out, I went back to meetings. I spoke to my sponsor, and I got back on track quickly.
Yeah, you did it all in the way you meant to. Like it didn't lead into a long lapse.
No, because that could be easily, back out for a few years. The last time I relapsed, I was gone again for 4 years. So,
Oh yeah, shit. So I didn't know because this is my first time clean, so I've never experienced that before. So what?
I meant relapse. I had a few weeks clean too, maybe.
Okay,
Not like a long
yeah. It wasn't like
period.
you'd gone treatment and yeah.
No, I basically white knuckled it for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I bet that was a horrific 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, I've done like a month here or there.
Yeah,
Um,
with nothing at all, like because I remember thinking I had like 6 months clean time at some point when I was younger. I just stopped taking certain drugs.
yeah,
But I was still drinking and doing like prescription drugs.
yeah.
and stuff
I think I'd maybe got it down to maybe having a drink in the evening, and then that just ended up spilling over. So
Yeah.
in lockdown was a time where I really locked myself up and tried to do it. And I'll talk about that today though, because our guest, it's relevant to our guest actually.
Yeah.
What I did in lockdown to help me get clean in that time, but it didn't last long. It lasted a few weeks, and then I went back out again. But so yeah, I can talk about that today.
Well,
So,
congratulations.
Thank
It's
you so
amazing.
much. 1 year. It's pretty cool.
1 year.
The longest I've ever done since I was probably around. I just think. Do you know what I mean?
2 years old.
No, not two. Maybe 11 or 12.
Yeah.
But it's just it's crazy. So and life is pretty goddamn sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's nice.
Who'd have
It's
thought
nice.
you'd be sat here in your own studio /flat?
Studio.
I'm like,
Studio
am I meant to pretend it's just a studio?
Talking about the studio, I locked all the keys
Yeah.
in my car yesterday. I locked both sets of house keys, and I left the car keys in the boot, and then shut the boot. And then there's "Don't shut the boot," and I was like, "Sorry, what?"
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I locked them all in the boot, and luckily we had a spare car key in the house.
Yeah.
So we had
So
to break in.
Seth had to break into his own flat, and he sent a picture of him up a ladder.
That wasn't me.
Who was up the ladder?
My little brother.
Was it Dill?
Yeah, I sent Dill up there. I'm not going up there.
Oh, I see. I was like, fair play. He's fucked up, but he's quickly gone, got a ladder, climbed through his own window, broken into his own
Nah.
flat. You made Dill do it.
I made Dill do it.
Okay. Well done, Dylan.
Yeah, I've got health issues. So yeah, I made Dill climb up there like a little spider monkey
Yeah.
while I prodded him in the
Did
bum.
any of the neighbours get suspicious?
We live in Boscombe, so no.
Yeah.
It's
So
just
true.
it's
Just the
another
norm.
fucking day, dude.
Just another man up a ladder.
Yeah, people don't like ring the police around here or question anything. I don't think they just kind of go, "Yep,
Yep.
yeah,
Seems about right.
yeah." Nah, it's a lovely place to live. Good sense of community. I love it.
So, do you want to tell me a bit about your recent dreams?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll tell you about last night's dream.
Yeah.
Last night's dream. Okay, so I wrote it down. It's quite a thing. So I was hanging around with these guys. I didn't know who they were. I don't know if I knew them in a dream or whatever, but so we were hanging out, and then we were joined by this blonde-haired guy.
Yeah.
Don't know what the relevance is there, but this guy with blonde hair joined us, and he'd just come out of prison. And then we were hanging around in this kind of like fort. It was like a tree house kind of thing,
Yeah.
built between these two castle walls. It was like sandwiched in between two castle walls. And then they decided that they wanted to do a robbery
Of a particular place, or
of
what
like
kind of robbery?
anywhere, just to get some drugs or money or something.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just bitched out, and I didn't want to do it, but I was like, oh, I know somewhere,
Boscombe.
that we can go and rob. And it was like earlier in the day, I'd been to an aquarium shop,
Yeah.
and I'd noticed that the vet section had all these lock boxes, and the keys were all in them.
So that's why they were keeping all the drugs for the
I
animals.
presume so, yeah.
Nice.
So I was like, oh, we can go and rob this place, because I was just a little weasel bitch and I wanted friends. So we went to this aquarium shop, and I pointed at the place. I was like, yeah, that's where the lock boxes are. If you guys go and rob it, I'll make a distraction. So I sort of stood in front of this big aquarium, made a bit of a distraction.
Yeah.
And,
Wait, how? Tell me, because you just did this.
No,
Is that what you did? Like, what was the
I just stood in
distraction?
front of them and went, ooh, these are nice fish.
Everyone, look over there.
I'm really contemplating about getting some of these fish. And,
Oh, so you basically took
'cause it
on
was
the
like
role
half
of
a cafe
interesting
as well.
customer.
There were like all
Okay.
these cafe people, and I was just standing there in front of the aquarium going,
Just trying to block the view
that's a
behind.
really nice pleco. some lovely dorsal fins in there. So I was doing that while they were robbing the place, and then we left. Right, so they
Yeah.
got a few bits, not a lot. We left, and then I realised, oh shit, we didn't even have any hoods up or anything. They're gonna totally know it was us. And I was really sad. And then we got back to the fort that we were hanging out in, and we got an invite on the laptop, like not Skype. It was like Skype or
Like Zoom or
Zoom.
something.
Yeah, it was like a Zoom thing.
Microsoft Teams.
Yeah,
whatever.
Microsoft Team. We got like a Zoom invite from this. So in this reality, there was like a Jeremy Kyle show where the audience judged the criminals and decided whether they were going to go to jail or not.
Shit. So like the Jeremy Kyle audience are the jury.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck
and if
that.
they decide, then you just go to jail. And I think they're
Yeah.
pretty ruthless. So
Yeah.
if you're on the show, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
Um,
And they invited
yeah,
you.
you go to jail. You go to jail. You go to jail. So we got an invite for a Zoom call, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Fuck, we're done. We're totally done for here." And I was really sad and scared. So I was like, "Well, I'm going to get drunk. I'm going to get drunk if I'm going to prison." So I went to try and get some whiskey from Waitrose, but I couldn't find my wallet. And it was like all the bits of a dream mixed in properly.
Yeah.
I couldn't find my wallet.
Mm-hmm.
I was stressing out. I was trying to find my wallet. And then I think I managed to get some whiskey in the end. And I just was so sad. And I thought, oh no. And I was like, oh, well, there's NA in prison. There's NA meetings.
It's one good thing about prison.
Yeah, exactly. The one good thing about prison and the bum sex. But I decided that I could go to these NA meetings and just say, oh, I'm really scared, and I don't want to get beaten up and everything. And I was
So
hoping
you
that
were thinking
other
they'd
NA
protect you.
Yeah, other NA
Yeah.
members would be like, bigger boys
Yeah.
and look after me. And maybe I had to swap stuff for it, sexual favors or whatever, but at least it would be protection from the
Yeah.
rest of the prison.
Do what you need to.
So I was thinking, fuck it, that sounds pretty good. So that was my plan. And then we went on the Jeremy Kyle show Zoom chat
Yeah.
video, which was televised. And then my grandparents called and said, we thought you were doing really well.
Oh no.
And
the disappointment for your grandparents.
I know, this dream is just full of layers of like
Yeah.
scared, disappointment, hate.
It definitely makes sense that you're having this around your 1 year clean date.
1 year clean day. Yeah, what else? And I've been spending quite a bit of time in in sort of the reptile shops
Yeah.
of late, looking at millipedes and stuff.
For Ms. Norris, who
Miss
you can't
Norris.
see, but who's what is she? I don't know,
She's
our
our resident
podcast mascot. Yeah.
Yeah, good old Miss Norris.
Yeah.
Miss Norris isn't the cat of Harry Potter, it's our snake.
Oh, yeah. I always forget. That's where it's from. Yeah.
So, and then they rang me and then guilted me and shamed me. And I said, oh, you know, I am off the drugs. I just must be an adrenaline junkie, Grandma. I'm really sorry. And she was just like, and then a train showed up.
Right.
Because, I don't know, a train showed up. Turns out we were near a train station.
Yeah.
Train showed up. Don't know whether it was like, you know, off to a concentration camp or something.
Yeah.
And then I woke up.
And that was it.
Yeah.
That was the end.
What do you mean that was it? That
So
was
you
harrowing
never,
for me,
sorry,
dude.
yeah, and that was it. I don't know what you're even bothered about.
Yeah.
No, so you didn't get any whiskey by the end of it.
Mm-hmm. I did manage to get
Oh,
some.
you did get some, okay.
Yeah, I managed to get some, but I don't remember finding my wallet.
Oh, okay. So you just committed another crime.
Potentially.
Crime on top of crime.
Well, yeah, I was already going down when another bottle of whiskey's not going to do anything.
Yeah, doesn't
So,
make
yeah.
a difference. It's a pretty good dream. I'll give you that.
Thanks. What do you reckon you're going to score it?
I'm thinking about how my dreams have been so scatty recently. They don't actually make any sense, whereas yours always seem to be start to finish, a storyline.
Constructed.
Yeah, which
that's
makes me want to give you a higher score.
I'll tell you the secret to that after the show.
You just make them up.
Yes. I don't.
That's where I've been going wrong. I'm reading out my boring ass dreams.
I don't make them up, no.
No, but
I don't.
you do. Do you have a technique to remember your dreams and to remember them in a
So I remember them in. I'm not saying on the show.
what? The podcast is about dreams.
Oh, okay, yeah, right. Screw it. So yeah, I remember them in like sections, obviously, like
Yeah.
most people do in their dreams. And then I just connect them when I'm writing it down into a better story.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But the info's all there. I've not made any info up.
Okay,
never
I
make
like
them.
that. So then, when I read you my weird scatty dream, can you do it with me?
Yeah, if
You
you
can
show me
connect it for me.
beforehand, yeah.
I want to do it like now while I read it to you.
I don't know. Well, I can try.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I might not be
Okay,
able to.
and then I'm going to score your dream after I've read mine, because I think reading mine will make me want to score yours higher,
Okay.
because it's just crap. Weird as fuck scatty dream.
Is that what it was called?
That's what I've written when I've woken up.
Labelled as, that's good. Good
Uh,
start.
so it just starts with me getting a taxi to a bus station. Why
Nice.
am I not getting a taxi home? I don't know. So I'm out somewhere. I need to get home. And there's a guy in the dream who I don't really know. And I've said to him, get out of that car you're in, full of people, getting a lift, wherever, and come with me in this taxi to the bus station. Again, like, why? He was really angry about it.
Wait. So he got in anyway, though.
Yeah, I don't know why.
So he didn't want to.
No, he was getting in a car and there wasn't enough room for me in it. And I was like, well, you need to come with me and get a taxi then, because I can't go on my own home. And then he was like, fine.
It's safe to take this random man.
Yeah, so he came with me.
This random aggressive
Yeah,
man.
he was so angry, but he did it. So that was kind of nice.
All right.
I ended up, but then the dream again, skip, new clip. So I'm now in a place called Berkshire.
Is that what they made Birkenstocks?
Yeah, and it looked like it made sense to me, the name of this place. In my dream, I was like, this is a real place
Well, it
that I
sounds
know
very
of.
British.
Yeah, it does. It's like, but is Berkshire a place?
Berkshire. Yeah.
Berkshire, yeah. It was,
But
I guess it was like
Berkshire,
that
'cause we're
mixed with
British.
something. Yeah, okay. And then it was, so this place, Bergenshire, whatever it's called, it was kind of like a big shopping centre. But for some reason, there was like this amazing, incredible, beautiful library.
Wow.
Yeah.
Libraries.
I love libraries. I love books.
Exhibit A.
Yeah, I've actually got like 3 of your books that I need to read and return.
Linda as well said to me, she said, who's been taking books out of the library?
Me.
I said, I think it's Emily. I can't remember.
Yeah, no, it is.
Oh, that's good.
I won't forget. I'll give them back to you.
No. As long as we know
I
where
will
they
read
are.
them. So
Otherwise, you'll be getting fines, library fines.
just get a library card. So then, right, okay, big shopping centre, big library, lovely library inside. And then switch to Matthew McConaughey and other famous actors taking part in some sort of AI simulator game where they had to have sex with each other to escape the simulation. Like, what the fuck? And then
Nice.
they were like running around naked, like dicks swinging all over the place.
That sounds weird.
It was so weird. Like, I don't know what my brain
Who's
was
got
doing.
the best penis?
I don't remember. I feel like I was really keeping my eyes above that level of penises that I don't want to see. But I actually was just there. I remember, like, in the dream, I felt so baffled. I was watching them all like, what is going on? Like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
And then switch again completely. New clip. End of dream was like some sort of TV show. And it had Zendaya in it. And she was stood at a locker. And basically one of the songs from Euphoria. Have you seen Euphoria, the TV series?
No.
Very brilliant and very famous TV series. About addicts, actually. Zendaya plays an addict in it. Anyway, she was stood at a locker. Some songs started playing. She started doing this weird dance. And then she grabbed... It's just so ridiculous. Then she grabbed her inhaler for like asthma out of the locker and hung it around her neck on some sort of... what's it called? Lanyard.
Mm-hmm.
And in the dream, I was like, oh, wow, that's a really clever take on this TV show. Like, I felt like it was like some comedic take on Euphoria. It made sense at the time. And now no part of that makes any sense.
So that was all part of one dream?
Yeah, that was one dream.
And there was no running theme throughout that you can remember?
Like, what? No. I was there for all of it.
Mm.
That was it.
You were there for all of it.
So can you like piece it together?
It's probably quite hard because I'm not in your head. So I can't feel like there's that. So I can, if it's me, I can pick up on a running feeling. But there is always like there's usually some connecting factor.
Yeah. So what?
So like throughout mine, that could have been classed as different dreams, technically, I suppose, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because there was that message that I'm going to prison the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. But mine was just like chaos. I don't know. That dream had no start and finish. It felt like it was all really confusing and didn't make any sense. And even in the dream, I'm like, what is going on?
Well, in my own head. Just keep it like that then, if that's literally how it is.
Yeah, that's that. Next time I come, I'm going to have this like really polished start, middle, end, conclusion dream for you.
Story.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah, I'm going to try. So give me a score and then I'll score yours.
I loved Matthew McConaughey's penis.
Oh, right. You love it in general or just in the dream?
Well, I've never seen it in real life.
Well, I'm sure in what's the film he's in with the like cowboys and AIDS? Texas
Chainsaw Massacre.
No. Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey starred in Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
With his penis out.
He was a cowboy with AIDS. That's a totally different film. That's a good mix-up.
What is the film?
It's called Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, Dallas Cowboys Club.
No,
Dallas Buyers Club. Yeah.
What a brilliant film.
Great film. Anyway, we're going off topic. So yeah, score my dream.
6.
Score Matthew McConaughey's penis. You give it a 6.
Yeah, because all I can think about. So if I was you, I probably would have really elaborated on the sex party thing and like thought.
You wanted more detail about that?
Yes.
Okay.
But I liked it.
Like
6.
Matthew McConaughey was having gay sex with another man
for a purpose as well, not just for pleasure.
To escape this AI simulation.
That's such a, well, why is this AI is like a pervert?
Yeah, it was really weird.
It just won't let you out.
Maybe I was just like, I wish the whole world was gay, and then that was it. My dream was like,
wait, were you watching videos before you went to bed?
No, I wasn't. Okay. There was no porn before bedtime.
Oh,
no.
Yeah, so 6.
Yeah, so why was I so thinking so much about sex in my dream?
Don't know. Sometimes it's just horny in the dream, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess. But anyway, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take a 6.
What about me?
I'm going to give you a 6.8.
6.8. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going.
Only
I'm happy with that. That's strong.
You didn't go to prison in the end. I kind of wanted to know the end result of like what the Jeremy Kyle jury.
Yeah, so that's so annoying about me
Sent
because
you
I just
down.
need to get up for a pee. So there'll be more to that. I could have gone to prison.
Oh, right, because your dream gets interrupted by you needing to get up and wee.
Literally.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I got to self-catheterize myself today.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Oh, I might bring one of them on and show everyone how big they are.
I would quite like to see because I was telling people, just telling everyone about your situation. No, I was telling a friend and they were like, how long is the tube though? And I said, you said it's like about this,
about
right?
this.
Oh, I exaggerated. I was like, it's like this.
Yeah, so did I when I first told people. I was like, it's about, I can't fit them in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's too long. But still, it's not fun. And it's, it goes in a lot longer than my penis is the point.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they'd just be sort of, yeah. Yeah. Just half a pencil.
Yeah.
That'd be that. But yeah, not good. Have you been up to anything?
I've been learning to sight read music.
Haven't you been learning to play bass?
Yeah, I've been learning bass.
Well, you can already play a bit of bass.
I can play bass a bit, but not well. So yeah, I've been learning to play bass, having actual lessons each week so that I'm held accountable to actually do it. Because otherwise, my adult brain gets excited and I play bass for like 20 hours straight and then forget it exists for the rest of eternity.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been having bass lessons and he's been teaching me to sight read, which I've always wanted to do with music. And again, one of those things that I've learned here and there bits about it and never actually started from the start and got a good idea of what's going on. So I'm really enjoying that. Actually, being able, because I use tabs a lot, and tabs you can't see what the rhythm is within the tab. They just tell you what frets to put your fingers on. So unless you listen to the song, you can't look at a tab and play a song.
Yeah.
Unless you know it really, unless you've heard it loads. Whereas obviously with sheet music, it's everything's there that you need to literally just look at that piece of paper and play a song. So yeah, I think that's really
Wicked.
sick.
Yeah, that is very cool.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. What about you?
Guys, seems so out of the realms for me. What am I doing?
Yeah.
What have I been doing?
Did you have a comedy gig?
What?
No, you didn't.
No, not since the last one. And the last one I did, I bombed so hard. It was a gong show. And,
I was there.
Yeah, I just
to witness.
bombed so hard. I just didn't feel. You just all went wrong that night. I just wasn't in the right place. I've got a few shows coming up this month, but
Yeah,
nothing landed. I wrote the wrong material for the slot.
yeah,
because it wasn't it wasn't like you usually get like 5 or 10 minutes, right? Especially if you're like early on. But yeah, most people give out like 5-10 minute slots, and then I wrote a 10-minute slot piece really, which was not good for a gong show.
No, they want instant laughter, don't they? With the gong shows,
It
like
takes me
just
3
straight
minutes
away
to get into a joke.
Yeah,
In a set,
yeah,
and like and you've only got 5 minutes. Well, you've got 5 minutes. If you get to 5 minutes, then you go on to another round. But like, I just got 2.5 minutes in, and they were like, "There's been no joke yet," because there hadn't.
yeah.
So it was like, yeah, and it just made me think about delivery and different way of comedy. Basically, that night, that comedy rodeo night, is awesome, very very good in Southampton, but it is bloody scary.
It is so scary. I
Yeah.
wasn't even performing, and I felt so anxious for you, and it made me like never want to do stand-up comedy. I was like, oh no, I just don't want to do that.
It's just brutal.
It's so brutal. But I had so much respect for you and for everyone that gets up and does it, because fuck that. Like, honestly, yeah, just awful.
Well, yeah, I've got a 10-minute slot on Thursday, which is good, so I can just like.
Okay, so you've got an actual set, yeah.
Yeah, and even if you're fucking shit and you are bombing, you're still on stage.
Yeah.
And you can just keep going, and then I don't mind that, even if I'm not getting jokes necessarily. I'm still like going through the material, seeing what lands. I mean, there's no other really way to try it out, because if I write something at home, it either makes me laugh or it doesn't. But then just because it doesn't make me laugh doesn't mean it isn't funny.
Yeah.
Or it makes me really laugh, and that also doesn't mean it's funny. It
Yeah.
might just mean it's funny to me.
Yeah.
So it's that whole.
Yeah, because until you get established as a comedian, like once you're an established comedian and people want to come to your shows and watch you,
Yeah.
it's not so hard, right? Because you've literally got people who love your humor, and that's why they want to come to your show. So you're performing to an audience of people who already look upon you very kindly, because they already like what you do. They like your humor. They know that it's their cup of tea or whatever.
Yeah.
So going up and doing it in front of a room full of people who you have no idea if they're going to even get your humor at all.
Yeah, that's right.
It's so difficult.
Yeah.
So fair
difficult.
play.
But even the great comics, I'm pretty sure they go out and they are trying out new material all the time.
Everyone bombs. Everyone's going to have bombed at points in their
Yeah,
in their
well,
career.
I've bombed twice now, but the first one wasn't as brutal as that one. That one I just didn't feel great at all. And then I was very confused. I was like, I was having a bad time in my mind anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I'm having a lot of self-doubt at the minute, and that doesn't help. Do you know what I mean? Like when I first got up, I was like, when I first did my first bit of stand-up, I was like, oh, I've just always said I want to do this or want to try this, but there was no element of like I'm going to carry this on and become a comic.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, I'm just going to get up and try, and whatever happens, happens. And that was the best show I've ever done.
Because there's way less pressure.
There was way less
that.
pressure. I was so just naturally me. I just kind of got up and was myself, really.
Yeah.
You know, whereas like if you get too much in your own head, and then, you know, because if I'm acting on stage, I'm playing a character, and that character is a shield.
Yes,
in a sense.
It is.
That's the character. If you hate that character, I don't give a shit because it's not me.
Yeah, yeah.
If I get up and you do it and you're like, unless you're one of these comics that wants to be hated, you know, and there is that type. But
yeah. But that's not you.
It's not really me. I do it all for the love, baby.
Yeah.
I do it to fix that whole.
Yeah.
Nah, I do it because it's fun. And I love seeing people laugh. And I do think it's the most honest way of performing, purely because if you do a play, even if it's shit, people clap. If you play music, usually people clap, at least.
Yeah.
And if you do spoken word, they always clap.
Yeah.
You know, no matter how shit you are, just for being brave.
Yeah, just getting up there and doing it.
But people can't force laughter.
No.
You know, they just can't. Like, well, I suppose you can a bit, but people don't. You know, and the crowds are much more brutal. You know, if you're not making them laugh, what's the point?
Yeah.
You know, they're there to laugh. They've come for that reason. They haven't come to appreciate the artwork necessarily.
Yeah.
So they can be much harsher, but in a sense, that's cool because it's like, oh wow, I actually achieved a reaction. You know, I actually achieved a reaction one way or the other. You know, rather than I don't know where I stand. So
just scares the shit out of me now. After seeing you get up and do it, you've obviously seen you twice. Like just seeing anyone get up and do it, I really feel the nerves of like, oh God, the pressure behind it all. And then I think it must be harder than anything I've ever done, whether it's getting up to act or to sing or do spoken word or whatever it is.
All of it's hard, though.
All of it's really difficult. Fucking singing is the hardest, I find.
Yeah, definitely.
Opening my mouth and singing in front of people, because people are so judgmental around people's singing voices.
Yeah.
So judgmental. It's crazy. Like, but like you said, they'll still clap it. They'll be like, well done for getting up.
Yeah, exactly.
To get up and stand in front of a load of people who just sat there like stone faced, like waiting, like make me laugh.
Make me laugh, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Or die.
No.
Right, should we have a quick break? And then we'll come back and we'll introduce our guest.
Yes, sounds good.
Our special guest today. Thank you, guys. See you soon. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us, or those of you who might just be joining after the break, because the first bit was just
me and you talking,
which is pretty much this whole show. We are now joined by a very special guest and part of our local legends collection, Darwin. Hey Darwin, how's it going?
Really well. Thanks for having me on the show today.
No problem.
Welcome.
Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. What have you got on your toast? So I'll introduce who you are first, but your toast is more susceptible to getting cold than the rest of the toasts we've had on the...
Yeah, there needs to be eaten quickly.
So you got scrambled eggs, yeah?
Yeah. Can they see the eggs? Yeah.
Can they see the eggs?
Can we see the scrambled?
Zoom in
me
on
to
the
hold it up?
Yes, show it off a little bit.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
Lovingly cooked by Chef Seth.
Scrambled eggs. So Darwin was very kind, and I tried to get hold of him yesterday to find out what he wanted on his toast, and he said, I'll let you know by 4:00 because the shop's shut and it's a Sunday. So I messaged him back at 5:30.
My kind of person.
Yeah. Same as everyone else we have on the show. I was like, yo, what are you having on your toast? And he goes, oh, just Marmite will do. And then I had a feeling that wasn't truly what you wanted. So I'm very glad that you changed it. Bring your mic down a little bit, maybe. Just bring it down maybe a bit.
Yeah, it was very polite of you to
it was very polite
not go in with the eggs,
Yeah.
but I'm glad that you went with your true choice.
scrambled eggs,
Yeah, I thought
a la Seth.
something, you know.
So you crack on eating them whenever you want.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Darwin is a local skateboarder, and you own the Boscombe skate shop, don't you? You own the skate shop in Boscombe.
Correct.
It's called Moose Skate Shop. That's it, isn't it? Moose.
Mhm.
Yeah. Very cool, man. Went in there. That's how we met. 'Cause I was in there buying some clothes because I'm a has-been skater. So I don't skate anymore, really.
And I like to culturally appropriate the skate look, but I
Yeah.
can't skate for shit, just to let you know now.
Yeah, well, that's why you can fan person over it.
Yeah, I
because
will. I will. I
You
love
do
skating.
love skating.
Yeah.
You just can't ride along on a board.
I can't do anything on it. So tell us about the shop. Like, when did it open up? How did it start?
Sure. It started in 2017. And there was two main reasons. One was that the previous shop in town centre was closed, so there was nowhere for people to get stuff, basically.
Like every other shop in Bournemouth is now
Yeah.
shut. Yeah.
And buying stuff online is not, with skateboards, it's a board, you know, like a surfboard, or it's the sort of thing you want to see it, and little nuanced differences in the wood and the shape. So you can see one online and think, oh, I love the picture, great, buy it, and then it comes and it's not quite the right shape. So
Yeah.
that's really important for skateboarders. So there was a sense that there wasn't really like a place to get hold of your stuff, and it's like a hub for the community as well. So it sort of brings people together in that sense. And the other reason was basically we had a friend with like a deli cafe, and he had a basement, and he's an older skater, and he was like, yeah, you can just have this space, just give me like £100 a month. So we were like, all right, well, we got nothing to lose, like might as well go for it at that price.
Nice.
Yeah.
See how things work out. So that's how it started.
So it wasn't where
Alright.
it is now at the beginning.
No, that's the third location. It
Okay.
started off on Sea Road, like in a basement.
Yeah.
cool.
in that deli cafe, and it lasted.
Is that Deli Cafe still there?
It's changed hands a lot of times. It was called
Alright.
like Lunching Out.
Oh,
Before
right,
that,
yeah.
it was called Marco's Deli. That's
I've not
the
lived
guy.
here that long, so
Oh,
right,
okay.
yeah.
And it's recently changed again. I'm not sure what it's called now, but after about doing that for 6 months, it was quite difficult because people don't know you're down there, right, in the
Yeah.
basement. So people finally started to come, and then he was like, I'm gonna like sell my business and retire. So we were like,
Wow.
oh, great. So we moved to the next location, which was those little ones by Audi, where there's a barber shop and that.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
like 4
yeah,
little
yeah.
ones. So there was a vacancy there, and it was in March, so around this time. Do you remember when it snowed in March? It was like, I guess
How
it
many
was
years
like
ago?
2018.
No, before we lived
Oh
there.
yeah,
Oh, we-
because I got
Like
that was when
the
I
Beast
decided
from the
to move
East,
to
I guess. Was
Bristol.
that then?
Yeah,
Beast
the
from
Beast
the
in
East.
the East. I
and-
got stuck in Bristol for like a few days because I went down there for a tattoo from Cambridge, and I got stuck there. So yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember it well.
So that was like the 2 weeks that we had decided to move shop, or that was the time. And we were like moving it through snow and ice, which was like a pain in the ass, but it
Yeah.
was fun.
Yeah.
And I was in there for about 4 years. And then after COVID, I moved to the current location, which is much bigger space and on the main high street.
It's a really nice shop. I
love
didn't.
it.
I'd
Thank
obviously.
you.
I probably have met you in it at some point briefly because I bought a few things from there. But I always went to
Yeah.
that shop thinking, yeah, this is.
Yeah, because it's pretty much just
the
you in
six
there, isn't
bar.
it?
We've had like various people over the years, but at the moment, it's pretty much me. I've got one guy that works on the weekend on a Sunday.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the moment, just the two of us. But
Because
in previous times, we had like more staff, like 4,
yeah,
something like that. Yeah, it's been
These
hard.
things going, and I
last
think-
year was hard.
Yeah.
with the skating community as well, a lot of us are poor.
Yeah,
Like, do you know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
most people just love to skate. So like,
yeah,
do they have high paying jobs? A lot of them, no, not necessarily. Do you know? And it's like a lot of skating is the people that have most boards are like it's probably the younger community, I suppose. And they're not out working all the time; they're out skating all the time.
Yeah.
So it must be quite hard. It's not like it's something that's got to always like fly off the show. I mean, there's always a need for it. I think skate shops are so important. Like I love going to. I'd never bought a board online. I'll look at them. I'll look at the patterns and the designs and stuff, but I don't always want to go and check out the board in a shop. And it's just and I think like when you move somewhere as well, it's really
Mm.
good to go and speak to a skate shop owner and be like,
Yeah.
Where's the
You
best
find
spots
out
or,
about
like-
the area and the
Yeah.
scene and anything. Like you can say like, oh, where can I get lunch? They're gonna like
Yeah.
sort you out.
So we'll talk about I want to talk about the scene a little bit around here and see what it's like. But first, we need to get
Oh,
you
yeah.
Oh
to
yeah.
Let's not
pick
forget.
out of the
Um,
Magic Dream Elephant.
Magic Dream Elephant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the song still fucking sucks.
Yeah, we need to write one.
So basically, what we need you to do. Have you watched the show?
I like watched a bit.
I watched a bit, yeah, of course. Yeah,
Got
'cause
bored.
it's pretty shit. But like, if you pick out of there, read it, pick one, read it,
Oh,
but
gosh.
don't tell us what it says,
Okay.
and then just think about that. I can't read it.
Is it hard to read? Steph's handwriting is quite difficult to read.
Yeah, it's like doctor's writing.
There's like
It
one
was.
letter that's been like changed.
Okay, do you want to pick another one?
Do you want to just guess at what you think it might be?
Let's try another one.
Yeah.
It's going well so far.
Yeah.
Oh, don't let me pick the same one up again.
Yeah,
this
I've
is
got
like
to come
a
up with a
mug.
better system for this, probably.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Actually.
Okay, so think
Cool.
about that, and then we'll
We'll
That
come
was
back to
like-
it.
In line with something I already had in my mind.
Oh, okay,
Ah.
cool.
So
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So save that till the end of the show. We'll ask you about that.
I'm gonna.
But yeah,
Just eat
all right.
now.
So on the topic, you start eating.
Oh my god, yeah, don't let your
Definitely
eggs
don't
get
let your
cold.
eggs
And
get
also, I
cold.
just choked on tea.
Might even be a bit soggy now.
That's all right.
Choked on tea.
Eat while I
Nothing
just
wrong with a soggy
stop.
egg.
Not having another episode of people choking.
I know. Just I
again.
instantly thought of Will choking on his toast, and I've just done it on.
Yeah, no, I did a little promo
Liquid.
video of him choking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, chokes on toast.
Chokes on toast.
Delicious. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Very, very pleased to hear that. So
Should
did you
we-
did you have a dream last night, Darwin? Did you dream much?
Mm-hmm. I did, but I couldn't remember.
Oh.
I've been more thinking about it since
Yeah.
like, you invited me on the show, obviously, and I realized it's more like right into the morning where the dreams are more clear.
Yeah.
So it's that when you wake up in the morning, you can, like, maybe I dreamt something 3 hours ago.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
don't remember that. But what's just been at the very last bit of my sleep is what I've remembered.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes because my fiance, I'll say girlfriend, fiance.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 'cause
She
you're getting
get-
married
yeah,
soon,
getting
right?
married,
Yeah,
Thank-
congratulations.
thanks very
Cool.
much.
Yeah.
She gets up earlier than me because she starts work earlier than me. So sometimes I will go back to sleep and then I can almost pick up where I left off. And
Nice.
but then because
Yeah.
I've been awake, I can be now I'm like more viewing it like as if I'm watching a show or something.
Yeah.
I'm more conscious with it. So that's quite cool. But then you get into this like like I want to see what happens next. Like,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're like, okay, can't really do that.
Yeah. Unless
So-
you're into lucid dreaming, and then you just decide, you're like, right.
Yeah, but
Now
I'm never
I'm
going to
going
try
to-
lucid dreaming again because sleep paralysis is way more prevalent in the.
Yeah, I've had that.
Yeah.
And it's not that fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah, sleep. Well, we've all had sleep paralysis, but like in here anyway. That's what not everyone ever, but in here, and like, but we
The whole
found
world.
out that like people who lucid dream, who try and lucid dream, they
Have a lot of sleep
They have a lot more
paralysis,
sleep
yeah.
paralysis. They're a lot more prone to it.
Yeah, because it's like kind of the same thing, right?
Yes, similar state, I suppose.
Yeah, and after you have sleep paralysis, and we just did our last show was on this. After you've had sleep paralysis and you've had that weird, your body's awake, your mind's asleep, or whatever way around it is, mind's awake, body's asleep. When you slip back into a dream, you're way more likely to slip back into a dream that you can now control. So I've had it a lot where I've had sleep paralysis, had an awful, like, terrifying experience, but then I've gone into a dream and been able to control it, and it's like kid in a candy shop. Like,
Oh,
I can
cool.
do whatever I want now. This is amazing.
Wow, why did you didn't say that last week?
Did I not?
No.
On the episode about sleep paralysis, I did
No,
not bring
you
that
didn't
up.
mention that. Well, not that I remember. If
So
you did,
bad. I'm
I was,
such a terrible host.
I was probably thinking about butterflies or something. You know,
Yeah, you just weren't listening. That makes more sense.
that does make much more sense. Yeah.
And neither were our
I do
viewers.
try and be an active listener. I really do. But
Maybe we can have someone come on the show and teach us that because it's difficult.
I'm also like such a heavy daydreamer though. You know, I daydream all the time. So I think like I can be off thinking about something
Yeah.
so detached from what's going on right now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Just before you go into the like community of skating, how did you come up with the name of the shop?
Moose. Okay, so you know how people say mush?
Oh
Yeah. I'm from near Portsmouth, so I hear that a lot actually.
Yeah.
It's just like another slang of that we already had at the skate park. Mush, moose. Yeah, you know when you're in school and nicknames change.
Yeah.
So basically we have like mush, and then there's like mush.
Moose. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
so let's just
Moose.
fill people in so that like I think most people in England will get this, but anyone who watches in America will not know what mush is.
All our American viewers
There's
out
a
there.
lot of fans
There's loads.
worldwide.
Yeah. Oh, there.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
So like
Thanks.
it's just a huge number. So like in comparison, like it's not nearly as much as here.
Yeah, they just listen for the accent probably. Right?
Mush.
Maybe. But like so mush is a way we like
It's not very nice, is it?
well
No,
not really.
where does it like originate?
It's just like a
what's the etymology of
colloquialism.
Yeah, colloquialism. But we
Like in Hampshire, they say nipper.
Yeah, yeah.
Mush.
Yeah. Or over in over the Welsh border, they say, all right, my babs or babber.
Yeah.
You're right, babber. But so mush is just like you're right, mush. Hey mush, like, you know, it's kind of just
Kind of like saying you're right, mate.
It's like mate,
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
localized.
Yeah.
So now we've got everyone filled in. Yeah. So you guys would all go, you're right, moose.
Yeah, so it would like mush kind of turned into like merce, like mush and like merce, and then that just became moose.
Yeah.
So it was something that was already familiar.
Yeah.
And also mush skate shop doesn't sound very nice, does it?
Mush
Yeah.
skate shop.
And so then from that, how did you decide in the design? Like, do you have someone that designs the t-shirts for you?
Well, moose obviously works because it's comes with a mascot. It comes with an animal. So
Yeah.
this is like actually pinched from The Simpsons. Meant for
Oh
Moose.
yeah.
So he was in like one episode. I think it's
The
a
Jazz
spoof.
Moose.
It's a spoof of Laramie cigarettes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And Lisa, I think, is like wants people to quit smoking.
Yeah.
Or something.
And she's obviously a
And
saxophonist.
they have this Menthol Moose character who's like the spoof of the camel or camel.
Yeah. Camel cigarettes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
So it's like a spoof of that.
Oh, that's so
and
cool.
He's like coughing. He's there. There's like a parade. He's like sitting on a bonnet of a car.
They're the bits you only get
like
as if you watch it as an adult.
I should like keep this under wraps. But yeah.
Anyway, just joking. It's the original design was was not The
original
Simpsons.
was
But I love it though.
he's
It's a great
smoking
idea.
and then he's like coughing and falling on the floor. So it's like ironic, obviously.
Yeah, nice. I want to
nice.
get one of these shirts.
Yeah.
Do you do like 3XL sizes?
We do.
Yes. Okay, I'll buy one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I was shocked because I've got quite a bit of stuff from the shop, and I really wanted to wear something moose today. But the only actual moose thing I have is a hoodie, and it's too hot in here.
It is hot.
So-
especially
It is
with the
warm,
lights
yeah.
as well.
Yeah. So, but oh well, what can you do? And then I was gonna wear a Dungeon shirt, but I realised because Dungeons they're local.
They're not
Ish.
local, but
Or is it like-
one of the local guys who rides for the shop is also sponsored by them.
Yeah. So you guys are filming a video at the minute now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always filming stuff.
But do you have like a team, Moose?
We have
small
we
team?
have a team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
like
cool.
5 riders.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so we've got like the guy I just mentioned, Charlie Gush. He's from Weymouth, Dorchester, and he also skates for Heroin Skateboards,
Oh,
which is like
cool.
a massive company.
Yeah, my heroin's huge. Yeah.
And Dungeon, and a few other. I think like there's another little local brand called Blokeland, which is like a dude who just does illustrations and makes like clothing and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
So Charlie, he's on it. We've got a guy called Alfie Mills. He's like a local shredder. He rides for a company called Love and Skate.
Love and skate. Yeah.
It's a big UK brand, like more like ramp orientated guys.
Yeah.
Then we got a young buck called Sol Wells. He's like one to watch out for. He just recently won like a first place in a skate contest in Nottingham.
Sick.
He went up there by himself and shut it down. So
Nice.
that was pretty sick.
That's very cool, yeah.
And then we got a female rider from Dorchester called Amelia.
Cool.
She's really cool. And she has like very broad variety of tricks, which is nice.
Nice, yeah.
So she had something of a little bit different.
Because you often find it like people having a very like niche thing in skating. Like my boy Ellis Frost, who like he's very techie. Do you know what I mean? That's his
I
thing.
saw his Insta. Oh my God,
He can do
incredible.
kind of anything anyway. Like he can skate everything else. Like you want to skate, you know, like vert with him, he'll be able to do it. But he that's his thing. He's just, so everyone usually has a little thing. So
Yeah.
I like it when people can do just
Yeah, we have like a
everything.
broad range amongst the team.
yeah, nice.
And then the last dude is Saggy Noah, who's
Saggy
actually like
That's
not
a great
from here,
name.
he's from Brighton, but he basically was like coming down to King of Kings, which is the big skate contest we have each summer.
yeah.
And he was like showing up each year and just like super positive vibes and just like really humble and like going back to his scene and saying like, the Bournemouth scene's sick, you should come down to this
Yeah.
event, like it's super cool. And we just connected, and then last summer I think it was like his third or fourth time, and I was just like, dude, are you like riding for any shop or whatever? And he sort of was, but it wasn't really like doing anything for him, and I don't think they had like that close of a connection. So he was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll be down. So
Awesome.
cool to have someone from like out of town like
Yeah.
representing as well.
I've skated a bit in Brighton. I used to live in Brighton. They got a cool little bowl down there. It's a really small bowl, but it's really fun to ride. And then they've got a bigger park in the centre of Brighton and some
Yeah.
other bits and pieces around. But yeah, it's all right. Like, you know, but I'd like to. I think I'll start slowly. I don't care anymore.
We're
to
gonna
push-
go after this, me and you.
We're gonna go for a ride.
Yeah, I'll
Down
watch.
Kings Park.
Yeah.
Sure, all right. I don't like. I'm not like into pushing myself anymore, but I'm definitely up for a cruise. I just cruise around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fuck
be
yeah.
nice and chill. Try and dodge some kids.
So could you guys take me and just teach me how to literally just get on a skateboard and move a foot, because I
Absolutely.
am so bad.
Mm-hmm.
My balance is terrible.
I've actually
I
got
get
the
scared.
skateboard GB official teaching qualification.
Have you
No
actually?
way.
Yeah, I've got it. Costs like 200 quid. It's not cheap.
No way.
Shit.
What is that? What is that? Like health and safety, just basically.
Yeah, what does it
No,
mean?
like you still have to pay and do safeguarding and all that stuff separately, but it entailed going to London and spending a whole day like talking through stuff and doing some exercises. Realistically, I think when I did it, it was like anyone can get it.
Yeah,
Like, there was
yeah.
people there that
They can't
couldn't
skate.
really
I could go and do
skate.
it.
Yeah. But you can just pay and train to become like a qualified teacher.
My friend runs this company who teaches kids, and it's blown up. Like it's got so big. His TikTok's huge and stuff because kids love TikTok and all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it just absolutely blew up, and he's always got. And now he runs a skate shop as well, and they've got a team and stuff, which is really rad.
What's the name of that?
Their skate shop
Oh,
is called
sorry.
Scenic. It's pretty new. It's not that old. It's like maybe a year or so.
Mhm.
Sorry guys if I'm getting that wrong. I haven't lived in town for ages, but yeah, Jason runs that, and but yeah, that's back home. But the GB thing is so funny, like the skate.
Yeah, should I get
very
Team
odd.
GB?
It's very odd. Like I don't want to get too political or go into it, but
It was just never like that when I was young. Really,
it's
yeah.
just weird, isn't
Oh
it?
yeah, because
Like,
it's in the
having,
Olympics
like,
now, isn't it?
Yeah, like
Skating.
we have a governing body and it's like official, and like
Yeah.
they obviously do some good stuff, like getting more skate parks built. Can't
Mhm.
really like
Yeah.
knock that, but some of the stuff is just like
Now, we struggled so
it's
much.
not
back
really
my
in
hometown.
line with like my view of skateboard culture. I think,
The
which is a
ideology
lot
of
of people's view of skateboard culture.
Yeah.
So it's this weird area, but I'm sure like all the people that work there are lovely and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure, and it's like they just wanted to give it more recognition, and but like this is an actual sport, and if anything, it's a hard sport. Like it's a really
sick
hard.
as well. Like so say you are someone that wants to be like I want to be an athlete, like a sports guy, and compete and like go to the Olympics. Like, obviously, that's dope that there's a governing body that can like help you get there.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
otherwise, without them, like, how are you going to get there? You have no idea where to begin, would you?
yeah.
But obviously, that's not the be all and end all.
Yeah, I bet so many more people skate now because, like, when I was young, I remember like people's parents being like, "No, we don't want you to skate because it goes nowhere."
Yeah.
You know, like it can go nowhere.
Yeah.
There's
It's
nowhere
always about
it can
career,
go.
isn't it? It's not like, oh, that's really fun. Yeah, go and enjoy it.
Yeah, that's really fun.
And
like,
it's
keeps you
exercise
fit.
and it's
I mean, it is
social.
still
and,
like that, honestly.
Yeah, I'm sure that
For
it's-
your average Joe,
Yeah,
there's going to be like your Cristiano Ronaldo, your Lionel Messi, but there's only two of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it's not
yeah.
like everyone's going to be that.
yeah, like a pro footballer. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen. So, but I love skating, man. I love it so much. But-
So obviously I can't skate at all, but I'm really into skate photography. I love like do you know French Fred that does all like the film black and white. So I actually would love to come and take some photos of you guys skating because I can actually that's something I can do. I can hold a camera. I'm not great at that either, but
Awesome.
I've got a film camera and I'd love to get some
wicked,
shots.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to get someone
You're
that
welcome.
like the King of Kings. You guys have a big Ring of Fire, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh
it's
yeah,
pretty
I've
nice.
seen it
Popular.
in the town
That-
centre before.
Draws out a crowd for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's very cool. It's just-
Sorry, just going to say the king. Did you say it's called the King of?
So that's the thing that we usually do each August bank holiday weekend.
And is
it's
that because it's at King's Park?
Yeah, King's Park,
yeah.
King of Kings, yeah.
Yeah, it's sweet. And I just want to ask because you said you've got a project at the moment, haven't you, going on with King's Park?
So this is a brand new thing. So this is world premiere.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Breaking news.
Dreams on taste. Put like a
Heard it
little
here first.
news thing in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breaking
no,
news.
like, so myself, a guy called Tom, and one of the older legend skateboards from the area called Spencer, who actually designed Kings Park, and he was involved in getting it made the first time around, and he still uses it to this day. And his sons both skate now as well.
So he designed the skate park.
Yeah,
in
he
King's
designed Kings Park when it was made. It was 19 years ago this year, so next year will be 20 years. We set up like a community interest company just recently, or it's in the process of getting done right now as we speak. And there's like two main goals in like the manifesto, I guess. Like one is just to like preserve it because it stood the test of time. A lot of the new build skate parks kind of like after 5 years or so, like people lose interest. They're not, they're cool, but they're more focused on this like training facility. And that often like cuts out a lot of room for like creativity and imagination.
When I went down to Kings Park, like when I looked at it, I was like, "There's so much you can do here." It's not even the biggest park. It's like
it's
a
not,
small park. It's really
yeah.
condensed, but it's like there are so many good lines like that you can take, and you can use the whole park in a line, which is rad.
For sure, yeah. Because they try and cram a lot in, and I think that might be something to do with like getting the tenders from the council and stuff like that. But yeah, like it's a great layout, and you can always, I mean, I've been going there since it's opened, and you can always just stand and think, oh, like, I wonder if I like come around here and then go there, I might be able to do something different.
Yeah.
Which I think is like really important for like the mindset around skateboarding.
Yeah.
So yeah, we want to preserve that and make sure that it doesn't get like knocked down or anything. And obviously by having this like, it's called a CIC, Community Interest Company. It just means that we have a leg to stand on if there was a scenario.
Yeah.
But the second part is to try and like raise some funds now for a little extension to add like a more modern flavor. And also like, as you were saying before, there's not often small ramps for learners like back in the days. You're like dropping in on like a 5-foot ramp for your very first time and you're like this tall or whatever, like
terrifying.
So we just want like a nice little flatland section with like a basic ledge, because there isn't really a ledge. It's like the only thing that's missing out, and some small stuff like in a open space. We just want to add something like, there's similar projects that have been done like in Dean Lane in Bristol. It's called The Slab at Bedminster Skate Park, Dean Lane. And
Have I been there?
recently they added Finsbury Park, a new sort of slab concrete thing with
Alright,
spots.
yeah,
So
cool.
there's a lot more stuff going on like that now. And there's a new thing that's just opened in London. I'm not sure the name of it, but it's like, it's more designed to be like a urban like plaza
Yeah.
rather than like a skate park.
Yeah, because we have this, like, back home, where I'm from St. Neots, we have this huge skate. It's pretty big, you know. It's like I think it's got Britain's biggest vert ramp outdoor for a free park, you know, because now they all need, like, you're not allowed to build them anymore
Mm-hmm.
because they need, like, there's certainly regs. I mean, it's high, it's like 14 foot,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so it's like,
Crazy.
it's high.
Fuck.
And the vert on it is nuts, but it's an awesome ramp, like, it's awesome, but people don't skate it that much because it's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
big. And we've got all these other things. We've got jump boxes, you know, like banks, harbour. We've got spines, 2 big spines, like tombstone. It's huge. It's a big park.
All these words, I'm just like,
Yeah.
Skating, am I right?
Skate
Yeah,
objects,
skateboards.
obstacles.
But
Yeah.
like the big bit that everybody uses is the fucking flatland,
Yeah.
just because it's flat.
It's
nice,
so ironic,
concrete.
isn't it?
Yeah. And everyone skates there.
I think this is like, I guess an issue you would call it. I mean, it's nice to have cool ramps and skate parks and stuff, but I think there's a conversation that's maybe missed with. So when skate parks get built, councils get budget, they need to spend money. So they say, okay, we're going to put a skate park in here. So then they put out a tender and they have consultant meetings with firms. But I feel that people that work at the council maybe don't necessarily understand skateboarding.
Yeah.
So if you have like company A that come along with, you know, like, here's like 60 square feet of like smooth flat ground with like 1 or 2 little things on top of it, and it's going to cost you this much. And then company B come along and it's like, wow, like, look at this thing, it goes here and this one goes round
like a
and that
theme
one's up in
park,
the air,
yeah.
and it's going to cost the same price or that this much. Someone's going to say, oh, well, that looks like we're getting more for our money, and when we put it in the newspaper and everything, it's like more of a song and dance. But maybe they forgot that, like, your average Joe skater that works 9 to 5 and has to like get up for work the next morning doesn't want to be at the Danny Way mega ramp and like break their skull on a Wednesday night when they're just trying to like have a little bit of exercise and a bit of social interaction with their friends.
Yeah, but I've never been a flatland skater and I've never been like techie, so I don't really.
So obviously I don't know too much about skating. So there's obviously different styles. And then so you've got, is it like just street skating, just people just cruising about and maybe just doing little, I don't know what, ollies or whatever, you know, like off curves or whatever. And then you've got like dropping off ramps. They different.
Yeah, you've basically got it. So terminology is like quite broad. Originally, skateboarding came from surfing.
Yeah.
And then it was like sidewalk surfing, so just going along the street. Then it evolved to like skating ditches, like those storm drains that you get in the States.
Yeah.
And then that evolved into like big ramps, like jumping, like flying off, and like vert ramps, like up and down. So that's like by the 1980s now, skateboarding's gotten big, and you've got these big half pipes where they're flying in the air and spinning around, and it's like super acrobatic and impressive. Then in the like late 80s, early 90s, street skateboarding started, which was basically guys taking the skateboard and going to the street to find stairs and rails and curbs and stuff, and creating all new tricks, like whole new movement basically. And the shapes of the boards changed to fit the needs of the new environment. But when you say street skateboarding, like, someone might describe themselves as a street skateboarder, but in the skate park, because now the skate parks are designed to look like urban. So you might have stairs or like hand railings or ledges or hubbers, as we call them.
It's like a simulated street.
Yes,
So you don't get in trouble. or whatever. But
and then ramp skateboarding is obviously pretty self-explanatory. Like bowls are really popular,
Yeah.
which comes from the pools. So that was the other thing in like the 70s, like the backyard swimming pools.
Yeah.
And then they would call them bowls. And now you have like epic skate parks, which are huge bowls that get built, which are like amazing to see.
So I've only ever,
But that stuff's like Daredevil.
Yeah.
You're going fast in those bowls, and they're big, like 14 foot, 10 foot, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not a nice. If you fall down, it's not going to be nice.
Yeah,
It's like in street skateboarding, say like this bench is just like a bench in a park that I want to grind along. I can go nice and slow, and if I fall,
But you
I
say
just
that, but
step
like
off.
for me, because I skate transition, I know how to bail way better. Like going fast and going like in a ramp scenario or a bowl scenario than I do trying to hit,
Really?
like trying to grind. Yeah, I'll just flip it. Like I'll just, if I stack, I'm not going to stack well.
That's
like,
interesting.
But that's because that's just not what I.
But that's what you've like learned as a kid, right?
What, to skate like half pipes?
skate
really?
ramps,
Skate half pipes. And ramps,
I like when I first started skating, I used to skate quarter pipes.
Yeah,
There was a flat bank, so just a bank that you roll down, and then go along in a little ramp like 3 foot, and I'll just go up, try and do a trick, and come back down again.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people do everything now. Like it's not like, oh, I'm a street skater. I don't skate ramps. I only skate ramps. I fuck streets.
That's like there's no wars going on between them.
Old-fashioned now.
Yeah.
I've really got to pee, but then we'll come right back.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I've been doing a little,
Sorry.
I've been doing a little snoop on you online. Well, not snoop, I just follow you on Instagram. Well, I follow the shop. I don't follow you.
He's been stalking you directly.
Okay,
Directly, you, and then
at Moose Skate Shop.
Yeah.
Follow.
At Moose
Come
Skate
stalk
Shop.
Darwin at Moose.
Yeah, I can add a link in.
No, I have
a link.
private on my personal. So.
But I'll add links into the Moose Instagram and Facebook or whatever is on there. I think it's just an Instagram now.
Yeah, we have Facebook.
All right, yeah, I'll add the link to the shop website and that into the description of the video.
Good if you want to actually watch skate.
Yeah, I'd like
videos.
to.
Yeah, I'll add it all into the description because
Yeah.
I can do that with the magic of technology. Copy and paste. But yeah, so I was having a look and I saw that you were like talking about mental health and skateboarding, like giving out magazines or letting people come and read magazines for free, which is pretty cool. Do people actually come and do that, or are you just trying to promote that?
So nowadays, skate media in Britain, we have like 5 free magazines.
Oh yeah.
Because I have met you, because I came in the shop once and I picked up one of the magazines.
Okay.
And then I just remembered, and then I was like, oh, sick. And then you were like, they're free, help yourself. And I was like, great. And I left with like a big pile of skate books. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
Sorry, just
Where
remembered
are
that.
they now?
In my room, and I
Collaged or
I pick ones that I want to like put off my wall and stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Under the bed.
No, let's go there now and I'll show you.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I think that's really like important. I think skating, like for me, skating can be so good. I don't skate anymore. I really don't. I haven't skated really for like a few years, but I still like so passionate about it. But when it was in lockdown, actually, was the last time I was proper skating. And I was using heavily up like, and then in lockdown I thought, my dad, I went and stayed with my dad for a bit, and I thought this is a good time to try and get clean and sober and that. So I like white knuckled it out and picked up the board again. I thought I've got to do something. So I went and rode, and it was so good for my mental health. And I lost weight and, all these things. And I started to feel better about myself. And I was like, and it felt really great. So I think it is very good for your mental health. I mean, probably the scene gets a little bit of a bad rap because it can be tied into like partying as well, which obviously in the end can have like negative impacts on your mental health. But if you're just solely speaking about skating, unity that you can get from skating as well, like it can be really good, I think.
Yes, it's really special in the fact that it combines a lot of elements that you can get from other hobbies or pastimes or passions, but it has a rare mix that maybe, I mean, I guess in sport, like action sport or something is like a category, but you have basically So you need to be present, like you need to be 100% present. So if you have stuff on your mind, like things going on in your life, like you can't be thinking about your issues whilst you're jumping down 5 stairs, because it's not going to end well. So you need to be present in what you're doing, because of the danger involved in it. But it also has like the artistic expression that comes out, like playing an instrument or something.
Yeah.
And
it's a really good way to think about it.
I've lost
But it's really
my train of
creative.
thought. It's like something that it takes like perseverance to achieve. So you have all these elements which are good for the brain, you know, like learning, persisting, creativity,
Facing your fears.
risk taking, managing risk, like all of this stuff. Faith over fear. Also, a big part of it is pre-visualization. So in order to do a trick, like you have to be able to do it in your head first. If you can't do it in your head, you won't be able to do it. You might fluke it.
You could apply that to playing an instrument as well. Interestingly, it's a good way of you training is to actually just be visualizing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, like when you drive a car, like I'm going to work, I already know how it looks in my brain before I get there. So you have all of these things happening at once, and it's so split second, like it's fast, it's dynamic, it's like a gymnastic triple backflip or whatever they do. Like you need to, there's very, very minute time delays where you need to like adjust your body. Like I need to like do this with my left leg, then just after that I need to do this with my right leg, then I need to jump this way, make sure that I don't go too far, make sure my arm stays out here so I'm ready, then I need to catch it, and then I need to look where I'm going and land, and I don't want to crash, and like all of this stuff. So there's a lot going on at once. And bringing it back to mental health, I think if you have stuff going on, you can't afford to be out of the moment. So I think that's why it attracts people. And it's you know, like the classic story is like bad like family life but no friends, like whatever. You can watch like a Hollywood movie or something, but they find the skateboarding and it just gives them that like you have to be in the flow state, you know.
I liked it because you could do it the way you wanted to do it. Like it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna go play football, and I have to play. I have to play 2 rules, and I have to play, you know, as a team. I mean, there is a
specific goal, you know.
Yeah,
like
there is a camaraderie in skating,
literally,
and like you can get very like your pals will be encouraging you to do things, and I'm super stoked if you learn something, you know, like you know, bigging you up, and that feels great.
That's the other thing, like no matter what ability level you are, people can see you trying, and when you accomplish, like the best skater in the room is gonna tell the beginner like good job, like you did it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not like, oh, I'm better than you. I mean, those people exist, don't get me wrong, but they're a minority. Like,
and I found myself, I think, as like a kid, like I skated with such good skaters and I was not at their level, that I wanted to be better than I was. And I think if I was going to different parks, but also it was that weird ego thing, thinking like, you know, where I was just really scared to be at my level and not like, and that got in the way of actually learning new tricks. So I wanted to be above my level. So like I'd be trying things that I knew I weren't going to land. Like you said, I couldn't even visualize it, but I thought it would be cool.
Well, that's when you begin, like you have to try it without being able to visualize it. So that's part and parcel as well. Like if you say, I want to learn this trick, I don't know how to do it, I'm going to have to start somewhere. But as time goes around, it like flips over, and then you, like in the beginning you're trying, but you don't know how it looks in your mind. And then when you get to the second part, it's like, you know how it's supposed to go in your mind. Now it's just a matter of doing it.
Yeah. I think if you do skate with real skaters, it has a really good way of humbling you. Like, people almost force you to respect what you're doing in a sense, you know. So that was always really, really cool, because I'd be skating with the old a lot. They were like, that is rad what you've just done. Like, that's sick. But also, like you have respect, and you wait for other people, you know, like on a ramp or whatever, you have to wait for them to go. And you learn all these rules that maybe some people aren't getting at home as well.
For sure, like, and like, for example, when I learned to drive, like, because of in the skate park, there's constant dangers flying around. Like, it was nothing ever like oh, cars are coming at me. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, little kids have been coming at me for the
Yeah.
past
Your
10
hazard
years.
awareness
Like,
was already so good.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
And with the skate community, is it the case that you can just go anywhere in the country or the world and you meet other skaters, and then
Pretty
you've got that
much,
community
yeah,
wherever you
pretty
go?
much,
Oh, that's
yeah.
really lovely.
Of course, be sensible and
Yeah,
safe and
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
but I've been to countless countries and you just pull up and meet the locals and
Yeah.
they're going to show you around and take you in.
Oh,
So that's like
so
one
good.
of the best
Yeah,
things
that's
about it.
amazing.
Yeah, like I always found that. Like
It's
if I
like a
moved to
common
new-
love, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, it's like if you have this like skateboarding saved my life thing. Oh no, I've lost my train of thought.
Well,
Yeah,
I
what
was
is that?
thinking, are you going to say it's a bit like you pay it forward, like you want to help other people?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So what I was going to say is that you know, skateboarding doesn't really owe you anything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like you just owe to it.
Yeah.
So
So you like keep sharing it with other people.
yeah,
And
exactly.
like,
It's like that.
And
It's
it's
a bit like
such a
NA.
cool thing to see, you know, it's just it's the micro environment that a skate park holds is like it has its own laws and rules and like, you know, they're pretty loose. They're not like, you know,
you have to wear a suit and dress
yeah. It
shoes
doesn't
to
matter what
play
you
it.
wear and stuff like that. I mean, that can come around, especially when you're younger. Things like that can get a bit clicky or whatever. But as I've got older and I was going down and like my mates were all now older and we were skating with the younger, because obviously you end up skating with a lot of younger people.
Yeah.
They, you know, you instill these like respect rules and like, why are you being a dick? Like, why are you
Yeah.
not being nice to people? Like, you
Definitely.
just be nice, you know,
Pick up
and
your
these kind of
litter,
things.
shit like that.
And then when you see kids actually being like, oh, okay, this guy can skate, so maybe that gives them a reason to maybe listen a bit more. And then
Yeah,
and it's
and
really
it's-
nice to see them then being like, oh, okay, I'm going to be sound and I'm going to help other people.
But it's inviting as well, isn't it, to beginners? Because a big part of why I can't skate is because I'm embarrassed to go out there and try in front of people because I really can't.
I think a lot of people feel that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
think people are going to be like laughing at me, like, what the hell are they doing? But actually, hearing that if you go to some like a skate park and there's skaters around, you're just trying, they're going to be mostly supportive of you and like, yeah, go for
I
it.
definitely had that, and like I can probably still have that sometimes, especially now because I can skate.
Oh,
But
what
because
you
I'm
mean?
old,
You feel
like
embarrassed?
yeah,
still?
well, not embarrassed necessarily, but I can't do what I used to be able to.
Yeah,
You know, and I can't. But so I'm a much more at ease with it now. But when I first started, like even though all my dad's mates skated and all my uncle's mates skated, I would get up at like 5:30 a.m. in summer when the sort of sun's coming up and go down to the park on my own so I could ride.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
think a lot of people.
for
have that.
anyone
or
there.
ride without anyone
It-
there,
like
and then
it-
I would go home at like
Yeah.
9 when everyone started showing up.
Yeah,
It can be intimidating, but I guess it's also a bit like don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah,
yeah.
there's always going to
Like,
be
it
sound
just
heads.
comes
there,
to
like-
your personality. Maybe you're just timid or shy anyway. So of course, like a quiet space for you is going to be better.
Mm.
But yeah, 9 times out of 10, people are going to be welcoming and
Yeah, that was all
helpful.
my own personal fears, and then you get over that, and then
Yeah.
there was a bit of an initiation phase at the skate park I first started going to.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
where, like,
yeah.
the elders were like
But-
sound you out a
But
little bit.
this
Yeah.
is cool because I think like we don't really have this in society anymore. If you think to like tribal times or more
Yeah.
simpler times, you know, you have like 3 or 4 generations in a village setting or a townsfolk, and other adults and grand adults are going to be like teaching and disciplining, and it's
Yeah.
going to be like a whole community. But like people don't chat. Like when do you just chat to old people, for example? Like people
exactly,
don't
yeah.
chat to old people. They get like
Yeah.
shoved to like care homes
Yeah,
and stuff
it's
like
really
that.
sad.
The ones you do are like,
And these people have like
Okay.
lived, like they
Yeah.
know more stuff, right?
yeah,
But at the skate park, you could be like within like 3 or 4 generations, like all having this conversation.
yeah,
So you get like your mind gets a bit opened in that sense, and you do learn respect.
yeah. You learn respect. You learn, and like I've definitely learned it the hard way. Sometimes I've pissed people off down the skate park. I remember one time,
you
like
get put in your place.
you get put in your place. I like some of it wasn't always good, and maybe some people say, "Oh, there's a lot of bullying that goes on," but it wasn't that way.
It's not bullying.
It's not
like,
bullying. It was like, don't be a dick. You know, just don't be
It's
a
like
cocky
you're
little shit.
probably bullying some other kids.
Exactly.
you
Yeah,
need to
and
get
they're
told
calling you
to
out on
stop
that,
picking
yeah.
And
on
you've got the
people.
big guy come over and be like, just
don't
squash
pick on
it,
them.
you know?
Or
Yeah.
whatever, yeah.
Yeah. So I've really got peace.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
then,
go for it.
So we've talked a lot about skating, which I could, well, not even that much, but I could just keep talking about it. But
Same. I find
we
it really
can do
interesting.
that at the skate park while I stand around with my board and hold it, and look cool.
You got one I can hold as well.
Yeah. No, I will have a little roll, but yeah. So we should probably go back to dreams now.
I forget what this podcast is about sometimes.
We always
Yeah,
forget
go
what
on.
this podcast is about. It's pretty loose what this podcast is
Yeah.
about. But so have you had any? Can you bring us any of your dreams, Darwin? Let us into
Of
your
course.
psyche. Your
Is this? I don't go to that paper now, do I?
Not yet. We'll go to that end. I suppose.
Yeah,
I
if that
mean,
works for you. Or do you need that to lead into your other dreams?
Well, wait. Let me.
Okay, just you can do the magic dream elephant if you want. What did you pick out?
Oh no, that's not really.
No,
All right, we'll go
save
to
it
that
for the
after.
end. Yeah.
So I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll tell you the like skateboard related dreams because
Nice.
the skate dreams, right? Have you ever had a skate dream?
I have. Yeah,
I have.
You have as
Yeah.
well? Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I've had dreams where I can actually skate,
Hell
and
yeah.
it's
Amazing. Yeah.
such a good feeling. And I wake up like full of like elation. I'm like, I can skate, and then I remember.
But you didn't know what tricks
I
you were
can't.
doing.
No, I'm just cruising
you're
along,
just
but that's
cruising
enough
out,
for me.
nice.
I'm just so happy
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
on a
Sure,
board and
for sure.
moving. It's good feeling.
So
Yeah.
when like around my peers, when you have a skate dream, often you might learn a trick, and then if you go the day and
Yeah.
try it, it most often works out.
So that is a premonition.
Well, we
dream.
had someone write into us who's a
Yeah.
BMXer, and he wrote in and said he had like this dream, and he thought about a trick and he went and landed it straight
Yeah,
away.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So that
maybe
is
that's
a real thing
shit.
that happens. Like,
Yeah.
I have
Mm.
multiple friends, and it's happened to me.
Like your brain's telling you almost
Yeah,
like you're
it's
ready
like-
for this.
And when
now.
you can see it there, like how I said about
Ah, yeah, of course,
visualization,
yeah.
and then I know I can do this. I've done
Yeah.
it in my mind. But yeah, ironically, I had a dream like that the other week, but because I'm on the injury bench, I couldn't
Oh, shit,
then
yeah.
go and try the thing.
Yeah.
But I can tell you the dream. So we were in Paris with like a group of my friends on like a skate tour, and I said, "Oh, let's go on the metro and we'll just go 30 minutes somewhere random and see what we find. Let's go out of town today." So we did that, and we arrived to like a neighborhood. And then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, why did we do this? We have no idea where any of the skate spots are.
Yeah.
This was a bad idea. So I'm like, okay, it'll be fine. I'll go on Google Maps, and I like zoom out, and it's like, oh, a few blocks down, there's like a basketball court and that. And there's like, oh, there's a skate park right there. Like, let's just go there. Awesome. So we arrived to the skate park, and it's like really sick skate park. And there's like the basketball court bit has like a street spot, like a ledge and stuff, like a little bit half DIY, half spot. And then it's like an L shape. So the skate park's there and the basketball court's there. And then on the sideline is like big crew of like French local skaters and their
Nice.
friends, and they're all hanging out. And I'm like, oh, I know this spot. Like, I've seen it in a video before. It's like a famous spot. So we're like, this is sick. And then so we go to the skate park and like take our little space, put our bags down, like, and have a few runs, and I'm landing like all my tricks perfect. Did like few first try moves and stuff like that. So I was feeling good. So then I go over to the actual streety bit, like the real spot. And I'm like, so there's a thing that's called like a pole jam / like rainbow rail. So it's like it's a rail that someone's brought along, shoved it like into the ground, and you just like ride straight onto it. And then this one, it cuts off. So you would like ride up a pole and then like drop off the end. So I like do that, grind that, great. Then go along to the next ledge, and I just like, all the like local guys are there. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't want to fall off in front of all these people.
Yeah.
So I just try like the most basic like trick, which is like 50-50. So that's where both trucks grind on the ledge. Do that, then come around the corner, and there's like another bench. And I'm like, oh, I've done 2 50-50s in a row. I can't do another one. Like, that'd be like lame or whatever. And then somehow I try like a more advanced trick, which is called a frontside crooked grind, and then a nollie flip out. So it's basically you're grinding on the nose, the front of the skateboard, where it's kind of tweaked out to the side. And then when you get to the end, you do like a kick flip, but it's in reverse because it's your back foot kicking it off. And you flip it underneath you and then you land back on. And I've like never done this trick in my life. And
Have you attempted it before?
never even tried
Okay,
it.
yeah.
I can do the grind, but I've never
Yeah.
done the flip off. And I just do it like first try. And I'm like, holy shit, like I can't even believe it myself. And the only people that see it are like a couple of people from this like French crew thing. And they're just like looking at me. And I like ride past them like in disbelief of myself. And then I'm like, fuck. Like none of my friends saw it. No one's going to believe that this happened.
Yeah.
And that was the end of the dream. But I feel like if I had have gone to the skate, I had it so clear in my mind, like how I
Yeah.
did it. I feel like if I had gone to the skate park and tried that for 30
You could have
minutes,
landed it.
it could have landed it, or if not landed it, come really close.
Yeah.
And then like by the time you practice that for a week or so, you've learned it.
Ah, that's such a shame.
Because I've had ones
Yeah.
before where I have done a trick like that and I've gone later that day and
You
I've
should just
done it.
manifest that feeling until your arm's better.
Well, I will try
Yeah.
it, but it's sort of thing that you need to like move
straight
on
away.
quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like hanging around.
I've never had that, I don't think. I can't remember, not that I can recall. But I've definitely done that thing in real life where you go, no one saw that.
Yeah,
I'm going to do that again. That's how I broke my arm. The same as you. I broke my elbow and like broke all the little bones in my wrist because I was just fucking around. I was skating, I was just messing around on this little penny board. And then we got a big flat bank in St. Neots. And I was like, oh, I'm going to just like drop into this bank on this penny board. And I was drunk and I landed it. And I was like, penny boards are quite difficult to skate, really.
yeah, they're like very small.
Yeah, so and I landed it and I was like, cool. My brother's at the bottom and he goes, okay, you landed it now. Like, that's enough. Like,
Yeah.
you're hammered. Get off the board. And I was like, but no one saw it, man.
Yeah,
I was like, no one saw it. I'm going to do it again. And then when I did
clout
it again.
chasing.
Exactly, yeah.
That's a problem now. Too many kids are like focused on clout chasing because of social media,
Yeah.
Yeah.
filming tricks, and it's
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
you see people trying tricks and they can't really ride along smoothly.
Yeah.
Like the thing with skateboarding, and skaters will acknowledge this, is you can tell how good someone is just by the way they push along. Just by watching them go, you can
Yeah.
tell at what level of, or to a rough extent.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Although I know one guy who's a really good skater, but everything he does looks so awkward. He's got no style.
Yeah, no
to
style
it,
as well. But
like-
I'm just talking about like cruising along the
Okay,
sidewalk,
yeah,
like
yeah.
not tricks or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, sure.
Just by like who's in control. Are they in control or is the skateboard in control?
Yeah, yeah.
Because when you first start, like you're like, oh my God, it's moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How,
You kinda
what do I do?
push.
What do I do?
And then you quickly get your back foot on, and then you're just like,
and it's
oh,
going.
yeah,
and
yeah,
You don't know how to keep your weight on top of
Yeah,
it. And
yeah.
it's like,
That's where I'm at.
yeah.
yeah.
It's like when like kids and parents and stuff come into the shop and I say it's the sort of thing that's quite difficult in the beginning. Like it takes time and perseverance and persistence, and you will fall, but you'll learn to pick yourself up. So that's a great lesson. But once you sort of like get over the basics to like an intermediate thing, doors just start opening like rapid, and you connect, oh well, this thing I know can put together with this, and now I've made a new thing. And whereas like, for example, playing a guitar, I could learn like 3 chords now and play like campfire songs for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's super easy to like pick up and be like a novice at, but to progress is harder. Whereas
Yeah.
skateboarding, it's like really hard to learn how to control the skateboard.
Yeah.
But once you can do that, it becomes a lot easier.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and I noticed like, so I learned like all the fundamentals as a kid. I got okay, but I wasn't shit hot. And I stopped for like 10 years.
Mm.
And then when I got back on, I was like, oh, I can still skate. That's cool. And then I was thinking about all these new things I could do. And I learned so much more from like having those fundamentals, taking away all that, like, obviously that one time when I was really, really drunk, because I was like, this is far, like, you know, that sort of, what do you call it?
Clout chasing.
Clout chasing, yeah. So I've never heard
Who
that
was
so many-
filming me? No
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Shit. Right.
But, like,
didn't count.
When I went back on the board, I was just skating alone. Like in lockdown, I was just skating on my own to begin with. and I was much older, so it was like I'd lost all that. Like I didn't really give a shit. It was all
Yeah.
about doing it for me, and I was learning so much more. I was learning so much more, and I was
Yeah.
like doing just cool shit. And I was like, oh, I could like you said, I can combine these things I already know how to do, but in a different way.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
so much better. I had so much more fun. And
That's
now-
kind of like why skaters love travel and skate spots, because you have your tricks and your disciplines, but the world is full of crazy architecture, so you want to
Yeah.
try a new spot and put your stamp on it, or even the spot. I think the spot can almost dictate what trick needs to be done on it. Some spots are
Yeah,
not
yeah.
even spots, but for the right person with the right trick, it becomes a spot.
Mhm.
But for everyone else, it's like, what the fuck? That's not, what
Yeah.
are we
Yeah.
doing? Like, that's not for skating. Huh?
We just went back into skating hard, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, I did
Yeah.
a skate
Yeah,
dream.
yeah.
But shall I open my thing?
Yeah, I need a
'Cause-
wee. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Tension. Tension is building.
When you, I was thinking about this, I was like, oh, I think I'd be better at, because I don't want to skate and do like mad tricks or anything. I just want to cruise about. I think it looks like such a blissful, meditative kind of state to be in. And I love that, anything that makes you present. And I just like want that feeling. I want to skate. It just, everything about it appeals to me. But I was thinking, well, why don't I just fucking wear like all the shit, you know,
like,
to begin
no one
with?
cares.
Like no one cares, but I'll care. I'll be like, oh, it just looks so stupid.
That's
Wear
a
a
you
helmet.
problem,
Wear,
isn't
yeah,
it?
exactly. Why not? Like I want this thing, but what, I'm too embarrassed to put a bit of safety gear on.
That,
Yeah, please
that's like
do.
a common thing, you know, like
So
that's probably
common.
like why the world is in the state that it is because people are too scared to try.
Yeah, and too embarrassed to like
Yeah,
muck up, because
fears and
it's like you've got to be perfect straight away at things. Like I think that's what people see now. They see someone skating and they don't realize that there's been a whole process to that person to get to that
Yeah.
level they've started off.
well, that's like the instant gratification
Yeah.
of social media. and
Yeah.
Dopamine.
I mean, like
and-
everything I do now is like, oh, I might fail. And I
Yeah.
would never have done it before,
Yeah.
like doing stand-up acting, you know, all
Yeah.
these things, being in the band.
Messing
singing on
up
stage.
when you're acting as well. I did it, didn't I? It was so embarrassing, but like, you just got to
everybody
carry on.
does it, who does it, but it's
Yeah.
like, it's the doing it, you know, and it's like, that's so important. It's just like doing it. I'd much
Yeah.
rather, like, so a comedian said to me once, he goes, you might suck at this. He's like, you might suck, you might not be any good. But he also, like, fucking try it.
Yeah,
You know, like,
how will you ever know?
So much
Yeah,
better
exactly.
to like go, oh, I'm not good at this, you know,
Yeah.
and walk away and go, but I did give it a shot.
yeah.
Especially if you feel like you want to do something in life. Never like, it's never good just to be like, I'm not going to do it because I'm scared. I think just try.
Yeah, and I think messing up things and embarrassing yourself, making a fool of yourself are really important things you need to
Yeah.
do as
It's
well for your
character
self-esteem.
building, like,
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
because the world doesn't end. People
Yeah.
don't like turn on you.
Yeah.
You just make a mistake.
You don't break
and
into a
then
million pieces
no
like
one
you feel
cares.
like you're going to, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, I'm like, it encourages you to go out and do things where you might mess up again in front of people
Yeah.
because you realize that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I
So
just haven't done it yet with putting on all my
You can
safety gear and skating.
do it with everything. Like I had it in skating, you know, I'd fall off and I'd really hurt myself. I'm like, oh shit, people saw that. But then people would be like, oh, dude, that was a hard slam. You all right? You know, and then you're like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
Everybody slams. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Even the best guys like fail the most simplest tricks and
Yeah.
look silly doing so. So
Yeah. And it's the same as on stage, right? So you make mistakes, but when you do and you realize, oh, like you're not going to fall to pieces, you know, like it's fine. Like when I bombed on stage the other day, I had people coming up to me in the break going, sorry, we gonged you off. It's just like, you know, it's just one of them things. You know,
Yeah.
you don't need to feel
it's not
any way about it.
personal.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
personal. And if you start to take everything personally, and that's just like
Yeah.
anything in life.
Mm.
Like if you just start to take things personally, you're gonna really struggle, and life's gonna be really hard. And I think for people with like addiction problems, that is probably what they do a lot of the time: is take loads of stuff personally into
Yeah,
heart.
everything's personal at first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's personal. Everything goes
It's
to
all
heart.
about me. It's like a self-obsession thing as well. That it's always about you.
Yeah,
Because I used to have a lot of, I still get paranoia and stuff now, but it's not anywhere near as bad. I used to have a lot of paranoia and go in psychosis, and I think people were always talking about me. They're always laughing at me, or it was always about me in some way, even though it wasn't in a good way. So I remember one day realizing, like, why do I think that every person's thought is about me is actually so self-obsessed? Even though I think they're thinking bad things, that person's just sat there in their own head about their own shit.
Yeah, they've got their own things
They're
to
not
worry
like,
about.
oh, Emily, blah, blah, blah. Emily, like, I'm not consuming everyone's
No, it's
thoughts,
like
you know?
this big
Yeah.
headed
Yeah.
stuff. I remember I was working in London like years and years ago, and I said to my dad, I was like, Dad, can I borrow some money for a new suit? This job required like a suit, you know, I had to go in a suit with some IT crap, and like I don't do it now. But my dad said, no, you can't. And I was like, oh. And I was like, Dad, but people are going to notice I'm wearing the same suit. He's like, people don't give a shit.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, people just don't give a shit about you. You're like
I
in
love
the
that.
nicest
The
way,
best
you know.
lesson ever
But it was a
learned, yeah.
really good message and
Yeah.
lesson. He was like, everyone in there is walking around wrapped up in their own
Yeah.
things, like you're wrapped up in right now. They don't give a shit. It's not school, you know.
Yeah.
Like you know, there are things like at school, and they're like, oh my god, you're wearing that, you know. But like,
even that's because inside their own heads, they're worried about,
they're worried about
people
their
taking the
own
piss
shit.
out of them.
Yeah, you know,
yeah.
and those things are really like when there's 7 billion people on this planet. You're like, we're an infant, we're tiny, and then you think about the universe and the planets. We're a bit of dust that really means nothing.
speck.
We're a crumb of toast.
Yeah,
Yes.
crumb of toast. Yeah, dreams on toast. Moose skate shop collab at the moment. Brilliant, wonderful stuff. Amazing.
Well, should we do should we
Let's-
finish with the
yeah.
magic dream elephant?
Let's go to the
Yeah,
Magic
or
Dream.
like, well, basically that was like what I was talking about, dream that has come true.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Cool. So it's the
right.
trick.
Dream.
I'll do my like fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just need to see if I can read my own handwriting. Okay, I'm just trying to read it.
Welcome to the club.
Did you guys see or go to, there was a Alex and Alison Gray exhibition called Illusionaries in London.
Mm-mm.
Have you heard of them? They'd like psychedelic artist couple
Yes.
with like loads of trippy...
They look amazing. Yeah. I know
it's
people that have gone to
amazing.
mushrooms, LSD,
Yeah.
like the stuff
like
that you
walking
see.
into some like mad trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think someone was telling me about that last year. Not that it was on. I can't remember. I think someone in the collective was talking about it. Probably.
Probably.
Martin.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I don't know. I never went to it or anything.
Well, any viewers that can see it or who went to it, it starts there at the Dream.
Okay. Nice.
So was going back to the exhibition with my fiance, and you know there was other visitors. There was a new space, so they have this one room which is like mirrored room, right? And the projections like playing this trippy artwork, and it's like mirrored off in all directions. So we were going in there, we were super excited to like see this installation, and it was like a movement art piece that you like user gets involved with. So we were told like
oh, cool.
find a space where you can move around and you're gonna given instructions, right? So there were these like things, almost like, I guess it's like you're playing dance mat, you know, like to the left, like touch
Yeah.
there, like foot
Yeah.
there. But one of these options was like push a red button. But where you're in like the mirrored room, the red button's like you might push it, but it's just a mirror. It's not the real one. So I eventually found this red button, and then these sort of like mechanical hands appeared. Have you watched that movie? It's like Tom Cruise action movie Ex Groundhog Day. Is it like The
No.
Edge of Tomorrow or something?
Oh, The Edge of Tomorrow.
I
that rings a
recognise the name,
bell.
but I've not seen
Or
it.
like he's in this like training zone where there's this like big metal claw that's like coming around and attacking him.
Okay,
And it's
yeah,
like
I'm
kind
not
of
seeing
looks
it.
like that. These claws start coming round, and at first it seems like it's part of the installation. But then it starts like picking people up and snatching them away. So now panic starts coming on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit, like I need to get my girlfriend, like like this is going on. So I managed to dodge it a few times, but then I got caught. Now this is like where it starts getting weird. So it, like,
Wait, that wasn't weird already.
No, this is where it gets odd.
This is the weird
Yeah.
part.
It's it picks me up and it's taking me away. But as I'm getting taken away, I managed to like throw a pokeball
Oh, cool.
And you do like, Pokemon, go!
Well, no, wait. And the Pokeball somehow like goes through this mirrored room and like falls into a sewage system, right? But now my like view shifts from like myself now to like I am the ball, like I'm traveling
Okay.
with this ball, like
Yeah.
my body's gone now, I'm in the dream. And it goes down like a sewage system, like deep into the ground. It's like kind of feels like I'm in a temple, and then there's a big underground waterfall, and it's falling down this waterfall, and then it goes into like a pipe, like into blackness, and then like all of a sudden this like eye like opens up, and you see this like dragon like lizard creature like start coming up, and it's like been awakened, and it's like got gold and red colours.
She definitely
now-
gonna catch that one.
Well, yeah, this is like a legendary
Like
Pokemon
Charizard.
that's been
Yeah.
awakened or something. And now, yeah, I'm not the Pokeball anymore, but I'm like Ash Ketchum.
Yeah.
And I'm like sat by like a van, like, like how like the news guy sat by the grey van, like outside the temple. And I like come awake and I'm like, my friends are inside and they've been kidnapped by these robot arms. Like I just knew instinctively. And then as that happened, I was like, right, I'm like ready to go into the temple and save them. And then it just cuts to like, when you play the Pokemon games and it has like the little intro bit before you like press start or
Yeah.
whatever, and it says like Pokemon like red and blue, and then it shows you like ching, and it shows you like the legendary Pokemon or whatever.
Okay.
The image of this red and gold Pokemon like comes on. It's like this big dragon lizard thing with its like counterpart, which is like a black scary one, kind of like that artist like Geiger, he did like the Alien.
Oh,
Yeah, like his stuff,
his
like
stuff is so
Xenomorph
cool.
stuff. Yeah, like
yeah.
so it's like a black version in that style, and then they like come together, and then it's like the title page, and then that's the end of the dream.
That's
It's so
sick.
weird.
I
Nice.
think I had like a similar K-hole once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I actually had
proper
a
trippy
massive
dream.
dose of ketamine when I went to the hospital. For
Nice.
Are you
this.
allergic to anesthetics then or something? Or?
No. So
Not
basically, what happened? I got taken by my friends to A&E, and this is at Bournemouth, and I had my like sweatshirt on. They needed to get it off me,
Yeah.
so they needed like to. My arm was like
Mm-hmm.
gone stiff with like adrenaline. Like,
Yeah.
couldn't move. It was so much pain. And they weren't really sure of how bad it was, and like it ultimately ended up going to pool where like specialists could look at me, but they needed to like get the sweatshirt off me so they could put it in a cast in a right angle.
Yeah.
And they gave me like a syringe which was like about this thick and this wide, like full of like ketamine liquid. And I like had some like insane out of body trip.
Yeah,
but it
of
was
course.
not fun. It's like
No,
you
no,
didn't
it's
like it.
minging. It's not nice.
K-holes, proper
It's
K-holes
not
are
like magic
horrific.
mushrooms or
No,
something.
No,
It's
no,
like
no,
it's
no.
really
it's not
just
nice.
dirty.
Yeah.
But I had like a full out of body experience.
Yeah. They're not like.
You're like melting off, like
Yeah, all your
flying and
atoms.
just-
Yeah.
it's fucking
So you like
So,
melt into the sofa and you're
after
all
a while,
one.
I started to love that, and then following this.
That's not good.
Well, no,
Yeah.
hence why I've got to go to the toilet every 10 minutes.
shit,
I'm screwed
yeah.
now. But I'm a year sober today. Technically,
Congratulations,
I
yeah.
haven't done ketamine for like
What, like 2 years?
2
almost?
years. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I'll be
But,
3 years in about a week.
amazing. Yeah, it
Well,
has
that's
been
ketamine as
awesome
well.
to have you on, Darwin.
Yeah, thanks
I
so much
am
for having
Yeah,
me,
it's
guys.
been really
Lovely to
great.
meet
Thank you.
you.
Oh, we need to rate your dream.
Oh, we need to rate
I
your
just
dream.
wanna say that
I
is
nearly
the-
just
that-
kicked you out. And
Yeah.
then, sorry,
And
man.
that is the best one I've heard on the show.
wow.
100%.
Okay.
I really, really enjoyed listening to it. And everything, how your perspective changed from you to that Pokeball. And I could like visualize it really well, going through all this pipe system. It did make me feel like that is a trip happening.
Your dream seems so much like a lot of fun, whereas mine
Yeah.
always like, even though that one was a bit scary as well, it still seemed like it was fun.
It was
Fun
scary
element.
in a fun way. It wasn't
Yeah.
like a nightmare or anything.
Yeah.
mean,
I just don't have
nightmares
those
as
kind of
well.
dreams. Mine always suck. And the skating ones as well. Like I never have these ones where it's like yeah, I'm having a great time. I just don't dream like that. I just have shitty dreams, like where I always feel uncomfortable. So it's nice to hear that some people have like dreams where.
Maybe you can like switch your bedtime routine or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just bought a little thing to read books with because just read with like just got no blue light in it.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
this sort of stuff.
Nice.
And I started doing it last night. I didn't. I just watched Bob's Burgers because I just wanted to because I was
And
so
then you had a
tired.
dream that you were being fried on the grill. Like,
From the perspective of the Bob's
No, I
Burgers.
had a dream that I was
You
robbing a
were a
vet.
burger.
I had a dream that I was robbing a vets and going to fucking prison and
Oh, yeah.
Jeremy Kyle's show courtroom and
well, it
But-
makes for good entertainment for everyone else.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. You
can
go through that
find pleasure in
suffering.
your pain. Yeah.
And we enjoy it, yeah.
I'd love to be able to come out and just be like, I had the best, nicest dream.
Yeah.
But I usually find that the worse my life is, the better my dreams are. Because then I wake up and I'm like, oh, this is my life. Like if I'm having a bad time in
Yeah.
life, my life's pretty sweet right now, right? My life's
Yeah, I
really good.
think,
So
yeah.
my dreams
People
are bad.
feel that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Escapism, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So now I'm just dealing with toxic stuff at night, but your dreams sound cool. So what do you reckon?
I want to give it like a 9.9.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I'm not going to be that generous. I wasn't in it for one.
Did I mention you have hit
You
at the
were
end?
the dragon lizard was Seth.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, yeah, 10.
500.
I'm going to say an 8.9.
All right, so let's meet in the middle with like a 9.5.
Because we've cut, if we go to 9, no, but if we
9.4.
go that high, think how wonderful people's dreams are.
I just don't think I'm going to hear a better dream than that, if I'm honest.
We're only on episode 7.
I just think everyone else's are not going to be as good as that. I really enjoyed it.
Let's go to a 9 then.
It's not just because you like Penn Badgley. I genuinely really enjoyed the dream.
9.
Yeah, 9. All right. Wait, no, hang on. That was no meeting in the middle. What did I give? 9.9. What did you give?
8.8.
9.1.
Fuck's sake. Okay,
I've got really
9.1.
sweaty hands.
Thank you.
No, I'm not doing that.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much
much
for
for
coming
coming
on,
on,
Darwin.
yeah.
You're part of our
Thanks
local
for having
legends
me.
collection.
Good luck with
I
the
look-
pod as well.
Yeah,
and the
thank
comedy
you.
and the music. and
Yeah,
everything.
thanks,
Thank
mate.
you so much.
Looking forward to
Appreciate
purchasing
Oh,
a
definitely.
moose shirt. Yeah.
Let me know
Yeah,
what
and it'd
colour
be
you like.
really
Yeah,
cool to
we'll
go
do.
for a ride sometime.
Absolutely.
Old
we'll
man
get some
ride for
bail
me. But
footage for the social media.
yeah,
Yes.
that's right. Yeah, we
And I'll
will,
take
yeah.
some photos of you guys and get back into photography.
Yeah,
That'll give
and
me a
maybe
reason.
even Kev Patterson will pop in the shop and say hello.
I hope you come, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, cool. Well, he might do an investigation on skateboarders. Who knows? We'll see. When he's finished with wank spots, that is.
Yeah, we need to get to the
That's a
bottom of
big
that first.
topic. I think.
Yeah,
I know,
It'll
yeah,
take
he's
a while.
Work his way through.
Yeah. Thanks, Darwin. Thanks
Yeah,
so much
thanks
for
so
coming
much.
on.
Thank
Lovely
you.
to meet you.
Appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure. Don't forget your egg.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's you get to keep that egg. Yeah.
Is it
In
hard
this
boiled or?
beautiful handmade egg cup.
Yeah, do you want to give that away?
That's my only egg cup.
No, I'm just saying how great it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
you made.
thanks.
So
Oh, it's
you
brand
made it
new.
yourself.
Yeah, I made that.
21st to the 2nd, 25.
Yeah, I made it a couple of weeks
Oh,
ago.
what?
Wow.
How come?
Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
was
It looked like I made it when I was 5.
Yeah,
yeah.
no, I actually think it looks really good.
I
Did you
love
make
the
that?
runny egg coming down.
Yeah,
the
it's
side.
sick.
I
Did you
made
make that with Linda
that-
at that thing at the paint pottery?
Yeah, and I made something else. Do you want me to show you?
Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, it was a great episode. Thank you so much.
Thank you. No. Show and tell.
Yeah. Show us everything you've made this week, sir.
Well, did you go to a pottery workshop? Wow.
This.
Some plants are going in there, right?
Yeah. Let's see.
And then Linda made that one over there.
But black, it's not really like plant life nourishing.
It feels like this is how. Life
That's
is
like
at the
where my
moment at the
Pokeball went down that hole.
Cool. Linda made that one over there.
Oh, that's
We
nice.
we went for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, so Linda, his Seth's partner, also made this.
Yeah, I
for
was
us.
gonna ask because I noticed all these pens and stuff.
Yeah, she's super.
Is that like there's like a best case album art
Oh yeah.
in it? Is it inspired by that?
No, she just whipped it out and drew it up.
Yeah, that's wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
She
is
she
that
makes
true?
all these like you know the in the bathroom there's all those like dangly things and all that. She makes it all. She made
Bunting.
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 she makes these as well. You see this like hanging doll.
Oh yeah, that's
She makes like these weird dolls
and
and
those. I guess.
she makes those as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but these she buys, doesn't she? Too like they're made They're like
they're
print it off and then
she hasn't got to them.
Is that teeth?
Yeah, that's teeth. Raining teeth.
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Fairy.
people's teeth fall out in dreams.
Yeah, and Tooth Fairy.
Yeah.
Couple of meanings there, nice.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Darwin. Thank you so much for coming on, dude. And
Thanks for having me.
safe travels.
Yeah, well, it's Buscombe.
Yeah.
You never know.
All right. See you later.
Cool.
Well, I'm very happy that I went into Moose to buy some.
I'm very happy that you went to Moose to buy trainers and a t-shirt for your comedy gig, wasn't it?
Yeah, because my trainers had holes in.
Yeah.
And I was going on stage, so I thought, I better go get some more trainers. And so I went in there, and then I met young, wonderful Darwin. So I'm glad I asked him to come on.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I really, really enjoyed it. And
he's very I don't know, he's got a very nice, wholesome way about him.
Yeah, like really calming presence.
Yes, very chilled. He's definitely got that vibe, which is nice.
And I just love to hear about skating. It's like one of those subjects that even though I cannot skate at all, I find everything else about it really interesting.
Yeah.
And I love like all the clothing and the photography.
Yeah.
Everything really.
Yeah, I reckon we could have kept talking to him for ages.
Yeah.
But, no, it was really nice he came on. Maybe he'll come on again in a few months and we can see where his dreams are, see if they're still so fun.
See if he's landed that trick.
See if he's landed it. Yeah, that'd be rad. Yeah, and hopefully I can have a little push around with him. That'd be cool. So yeah, that was nice. Is there anything else you need to finish up on?
No, I think covered everything. I've really enjoyed this episode. I'm really thankful to you for inviting Darwin on.
And I'm so glad that we spoke about skating when the summer's coming, so I can actually go down there and have a push around, have an old man roll around. That's how I feel. But I'm cool with that, to be honest.
I'll come with you.
Yeah, cool. And hopefully Darwin enjoyed his eggs.
I really want to go and buy some eggs now and have scrambled egg on toast.
Oh yeah.
I was really jealous. So after last episode when I was denied toast because you won the coin flip.
Yes.
This time I was just watching him thinking, I need that.
Yeah, it looked delicious.
Yeah, have you got any eggs I can take home?
One. No, I've got two. Well, yeah. Oh, Darwin didn't take his egg. Anyway,
oh, Darwin.
he will before he leaves the building. All right, thank you everybody for watching
Dreams on Toast.
Tune in next time and thank you all for watching. We love you all. Peace
Yeah,
out.
nice one. See you next time.